Hey, hey, hey. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, look at it go. Look at it go. There's too many people here. Anyway, it's Clown. Thanks for coming and doing this today. It means a lot. We're out on tour. Been having a great time supporting this album and all these memories from 25 years ago with all of you. So much love to all that. Jim's here and Eloy's here. And what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the first three songs with you. People are going to be coming and going, and you're feel free to ask questions while the songs are playing, and we'll do our best to answer what we can for you guys. And then after three songs, we'll stop. I'll answer a few questions. Jim, Eli, who's ever here, answer a few questions, and then we'll go on to the other three songs. So again, much love. Thanks for taking time out in your life. Come celebrate this with us. So let's go.
father's son, cause he's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing. Many times if you wanted to die, it's too late for me. All you want to do is get rid of me. You can't take California with I'm on a better die. Can't take California with I'm on a better die. You can't take California with I'm on a better die. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah. I tried, you lied to me for so long. Everywhere I go, there's a sense of it. Pick up my antics and give me a choice. Doesn't matter if I give a shit a shot. That you gave me, you get to California with a mother Buenos Aires. Get to California with a mother Buenos Aires. You can't see California with a mother Buenos Aires. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, small little white lie. There's too many of you guys. Questions are flying by like whatever. So we're gonna do it more like this. So that was awesome. We were talking about those songs amongst ourselves here. Jim's here, Eloy's here, and V-Man's here, and myself, Clown. So we're gonna do our best to try and answer some of these questions for a bit, and then we'll get on to what's most important and listen to that music again. So, all right.
Yeah, and it's going to be real tough. So we might be answering questions that flew by in the thread like, minutes ago. Mm-hmm. So it might be a little bit weird, but all good. We'll try to get to as many as we can.
Okay, so this is a question for everyone. Individually, everyone's favorite song to play from the first album.
I'll go first. We'll go this way. I'm very partial. You probably heard me say it a million times. Very partial to the song "Sick." It's just one of those songs where, when the count in begins, all of us join in on the downbeat. We're all doing something, and it's just an incredible feeling. And we always kind of referred to it as jumping out of the plane, without a chute, of course. So I always like playing "Sick" still to this day. V?
Hey everyone, I'm going to say Eyeless, just the way that it pushes and pulls the groove, the way it drops all the beat downs in it, and just keeps getting heavier and heavier, the song. So, that one's just fun to play live, and just, that's it,
Closer.
a bit closer.
Yeah. Hey everyone, it's Eloy here. I don't know, it's really hard to say which one which one of them is my favorite song. But if I have to pick one, it would be Spit It Out, just because of the groove of the song and about the lyrics. I think that song resumes a lot about what is the album, you know, and I just love that song. I just feel a lot of energy when I'm on stage playing it.
That's interesting.
Is
Really? Why?
I don't know. I just like to say that to make you think things like, why?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Jim here. I like playing prosthetics. That's probably my favorite one. I'm really into the kind of more cerebral, dark vibe oriented songs, like more, it's like more of a vibe than it is per se like an arrangement. And it just has a kind of a cool, like kind of sort of creepy thing. And the lyrics, the metaphors and everything that Corey uses are real, you can kind of pull anything out of it that you want. And plus it's, it's a nice time to kind of take a break from the chaos of all the other songs and kind of figure out where I'm at, physically and mentally during the set.
Interesting.
yeah. Make sure they can hear us.
Okay, and then Jim, another one for you. Someone specifically asked, what is the hardest song to play for guitar on the self-titled?
On the self-titled one, hardest for guitar? I don't know, man. It's so hard because after so many years of playing them, it becomes muscle memory and you don't really think about it. Like I probably could play them without even really looking at the fretboard. Hardest one, but probably to play live would just be Sick, because it's right at this point it's the first one. What do you call it, my I don't practice really or warm up, so my discipline is absolute shit. So to come out of the gate with a song like that, it's kind of shit, just like Clown said, like jumping out of the plane without a parachute. So for that reason I'd probably have to say Sick. And it's a sort of it's a dexterity and stamina exercise at the end. The end riff, that goes on for so long, and it's all down picking. So you get a little bit of a workout there.
It is a tough song. All right, everybody, we're gonna do a couple more questions, just so we can keep the vibe of the music going, because it's what's most important here. Do it together. So a couple more questions real quick.
Was there ever anyone else that was in the running to produce this record other than Ross?
Good one.
That's a really good question, but I'm just going to be very vague with it, is that I just really believe we had our eye and ears and souls on exactly what we wanted, and we got that. The band wanted to be on Roadrunner. We got to be on Roadrunner. Ross Robinson, such a great producer, really hot back at that time, with all the other bands he was doing. It just was natural for us to go with Ross. It was just something we wanted. I don't really think we spent a lot of time speaking about anybody else, really. I mean, of course, there's always names. Someone like a Terry Date and all these people that, of course, are just around and were just doing a lot of albums at that time that were around us, So, but I think it was always Ross. So, there it is.
Another thing at that time that I remember, so I was new to the band when this was happening, but a big deal that, guys were talking about, Clown, Joey, Corey, was the fire. And Ross really he wanted to do this band. And that was the most important thing.
Absolutely.
We didn't want to work with a producer that was just, there to pick up a check or there because he thought it was going to be a new hot thing or whatever. Ross really believed in the band and was just on fire about it. And that was hugely important.
Cool.
Definitely the right choice. All right, one more question.
How many songs did you record or experiment with that didn't make the album?
I know. So when I joined the band, there was 4 that I was going out to record because the majority of the record had already been tracked by the time I joined. So I was going out to record, I think it was Purity. We were going to redo Spit It Out for Tempos, Me Inside, and then Diluted, which was Interloper.
Yep.
So, and then there was obviously some songs that didn't make it that ended up on the next record.
Yeah,
You
so
always have that kind of wash over stuff.
there's a ton of versions. Of course, when you record an album, each record has so many versions. So Spit It Out had the version that made the album that we did in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yep.
It's actually the version that is on the album. We also did a version that was faster, slower, and the same tempo. But like Jim was saying, the fire, we just had the fire on that demo. So songs like Diluted, that was once Interloper, there is a demo of Interloper, but I know you guys have all seen that and heard that throughout the years. I think we've pretty much utilized everything and anything, but every time I turn around, something creeps out that I say, oh yeah, this thing. So, I'm sure there's some keepers that we don't even know about that are on the reels that we would have to really refresh back. Maybe jams, maybe different versions, but not as much as we'd like probably for that first. It was all business and there was only so many songs we had time to do. So, all right, let's next three.
Inside, money only motherfucker with the brain. A million voices, but all they do is complain. How many times have you wanted to kill everything and everyone? Say you do it, but never will you get to California with a mother battle's eyes. Get to California with a mother battle's eyes. You can't say California with a mother battle's eyes. I am my father's son, cause he's a phantom, a mystery, and that leaves me nothing. Many times have you wanted to die, it's too late for me. All you want to do is get rid of me. You get to California with a mother battle's eyes. Get to California with a mother battle's eyes. You can't say California with a mother battle's eyes. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah. I tried to lie to me for so long. Everywhere I go, there's a sense of it. Pick up my antics and give me a choice. Doesn't matter if I give a shit a shot. That you gave me, you get to California with a mother battle's eyes. Get to California with a mother battle's eyes. You can't say California with a mother battle's eyes. It's all in your head. It's all in my head. It's all in your head. Yeah. skin. All this attention is doing me in. Fuck it all, fuck this world, fuck everything that you stand for. Don't belong, don't exist, don't give a shit, don't ever judge me. Breaking through the bonds exposed, taking shape, taking shape, over and over and under my skin. All this momentum is doing me out. Fuck it all, fuck this world, fuck everything that you stand for. Don't belong, don't accept, don't give a shit, don't ever judge me. And don't you fucking judge me. Maybe it's time you when the tables turn, cause in the interest of all involved, I got the problem solved, and the verdict's just guilty. And the legal late, all the way of here to try and stop, drop, and roll. You were dead from the get-go, been Mount Burner. You forgot, stuck away, scared of me now, then you tell me that I thought always is and never was. Don't measurement of pierce and vinegar. Don't tell me you're slaying, think I fear your bullshit. Just another dumb blow, trouble up this shit. Is another way to break through the noise. Another circle that has had, you got your pen. Gotta be that way if you want it. Sanity, literal profanity, yeah, man. Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All you wanna do is step me around. Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Maybe it's the way you gotta spend a lot of room. I find keeping all your little spots and leave when you realize. Step out there. I guess it's time to bury your ass with the chrome straight to the dome. You hear me right, bitch? I didn't stop. And if you know it's good, just shut up and beg for the backstab. Don't you know you're distance? That's why I'm feeling. Yeah, since you can't say. Taking a minute back, boy, I don't hear shit, cause I keep sitting out up. Come on, I get a face full of tactic, living up bar, going home in a basket. You get up on the power, no nothing, nice to shit. Well, ain't that something, bail, don't protect. And you can none if you want, but I'll find you coming up behind you. Spin it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Spin it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Time I set this record straight. All the needles punching is making me irate. Sick of my bitch falling under fears. Where you gonna be in the next 5 years? The crew and all the fools and all the politics. Get your lips ready, gonna gag, gonna make you sick. You got dick when they bad down the good stuff. Bam, while you're sick of me, good enough. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. 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 Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is shut you out.
All right. I was saying during that, it's crazy, like surfacing being so close up in the listing and numbers. You know what? It's track 4, I think. I was. It wasn't your new national anthem 25 years ago yet, and that would be something I would have thought would have been at the end of the album. But of course, Scissors is a great track to end it on. So this you can learn a lot by listening to this with your brothers and just like thinking about the past. So we're having a good time here talking about stories about Ross and Joey, Paul, and Chris, Craig, all of us. So, and then obviously the gentlemen that are in the band now, they obviously listen to the album. They got stories too. So it's a good time. So let's get on to some questions. Again, same groups here. Jim's here, Eloy, V-Man, myself, and we'll get to some questions. Thank you.
Okay, so for each of you, what does your before show ritual look like?
Well, we get an hour call. So Grizz, our tour manager, will pop in and say, "You got an hour," but maybe a little bit before that, we'll jump into the jam room. We'll start dusting off some stuff and running through some bits. We'll take that up to about half an hour till we do our little thing. Everyone takes their ibuprofen or some other.
Everybody has like a little bit different, and you get rituals. Like everybody has their own little ritual, So for me, I start drinking like a pre-workout drink just to kind of wake up a little bit, and get in the jam room and jam with Eloy, V-Man, and Mick for a while on whatever tunes we want to jam on. And then it's putting the coveralls on and the absu and the mask and and then that's when it gets real. Like once you get that on, then you're like, okay, that's when your adrenaline starts firing up, and that you're about ready to go do some shit.
What do you do?
Yeah, I like to warm up for at least 1.5 hours every day before the show. So I just go to the jam room and I'm practicing just playing, randomly. And then I started warming up my double bass because that's very important. Since the beginning of the show, I have like to need to have my legs ready to go. And then when the guys come to the jam room, we just play a few songs and that's it, But for me, it's really important to warm up. I need to be like sweating to the time that I go to the stage.
We listen to like an hour of Georgian monk chants with incense and sage burning, and then we do deep knee bends and squat thrusts.
But ironically, off of that humor, we do listen to a lot of Journey. We listen to a lot of music from the era of us growing up, a lot of stuff from the 70s and 80s, all the legends, anything that's nothing comparable to, where we're at or about ready to go embarking. And that's kind of what I do is it's like Jim said, it doesn't matter what I do or what the ritual is. The minute the stuff is on, anticipation takes over. There's no fear really. There's no being scared for me. It's just I want to go. The minute that stuff's on, it's like the set has started. So that hour is actually really, really, really hard to get under control because you just start thinking, things start happening, and when the stuff goes on, you're definitely a new force to be reckoned with. You change, it just happens. So it's a gnarly time to be around too, because if someone's not feeling good or in a bad mood, it's just not a place you want to.
You'll get called out.
Yeah, you'll get called out or tangled in it, and you don't want either. So.
Well, to add on to that, do you guys still get nervous ever? Is there always that some sort of nervousness?
It depends.
Mine's always if it's like someone's going to be recording it, or someone's like, "Oh, tonight's getting recorded," and I'm like, "Oh shit."
In the old days, that was an everyday thing. I got to be honest. That's a really good point. In the old days, there was so much asked of us. For example, we would have to get up probably about 4 hours earlier than we should. No showers, no nothing. Jump right out of bed, go to an in-store, which we loved, but it would be 3 to 5,000 people sometimes, and then straight back to the venue where a lot of us would do interviews, and if not interviews, teching your own stuff and getting things ready to put on a rock show. And by the time we got up there, you would have to summons your own personal muse. So, it's been madness.
We were getting hammered in those days. Hammered, literally, it was nonstop. Like vans from venues, like literally never, barely any time. Like maybe one day a week we'd get day rooms to shower. But like you said, press, the in stores were insane. Remember Australia? Fucking A, dude, flying in. We flew in, did an in store at midnight, and then we play a show, do an in store, fly, do an in store, play a show, fly, do an in store. Literally, that was like our life.
Go ahead.
I went to the Astoria show in London. So when they were doing the self-titled record, I remember you did was at Virgin Megastore, and everyone was like fucking chaos trying to get them in, and then obviously afterwards they're playing the show, and it's just like,
yeah, we got stuck on the roof of a record store in Paris. Like we couldn't fucking leave. There was like literally like 5,000 people at the bottom, like chanting Slipknot, and it was crazy. Man. Like our own little version of Beatlemania or something back then.
It was we really hit the ground running, but the nervousness, just to let you know, we've just always, the anticipation of, because of the energy surrounding the band at all times. I don't know if nervous is really the right word as much as it is like, it's that parachute. It's just whether someone pushes you out of the plane or you jump out voluntarily, you definitely know you don't have a chute and you're going to land. But so I don't know if it's nervousness, but anyway, next question.
So the song Scissors, the original name, was shortened or changed to Scissors. Why was that?
Great question. The original name was Heartache and a Pair of Scissors, and Joey wrote that title, and that was the title. And when you're making an album, a collection of records, and everything's trying to be one thought process, those sorts of works will happen with Corey as well. Sort of a question for Corey, but I'm imagining it made sense with the way everything else flowed, the way it looked, sick in parentheses. Just the way all the words looked, I have a feeling it was a mutual agreement and easy. I think it was an easy one just to bring it down to Scissors because we as a unit start doing it. So, but I do love that title, Heartache and a Pair of Scissors. I mean, I lived that line for a long time, prior to even being on the album. That's part of our mindset. So, yeah, we all had lines and different parts of different songs that we gave to Corey, and Corey's awesome and always entertains stuff as long as it fits like where he's going in a direction, which we all want. We want what he's doing. So the fact that he honors anything is just more of a group beauty, So that's why it changed. It wasn't for any ill reasons. It was probably just the way it all.
It might also been like this title is not only long, but it sounds like something that should be on like an older like prog band, like a Yes album or a Moody Blues record or something, like.
It really comes down. The song comes down just being called Scissors. Yeah. I think you're right.
Less is more kind of.
Yeah, it turns into a whole other sort of thought process.
Darker.
So during the recording process, whether it was back then or now, are there certain bands or type of music you would listen to that kind of inspired and really kept the ideas and the process flowing? Or has it changed over the years, or is there just a certain type?
I don't listen to any bands when I start trying to write music.
I was going to say, Jim could probably talk, but the biggest no-no, I mean, we have to clear our brains. It's really important to go in and choose our own tones and our own tempos. And
if you listen to other music, then especially if it's really melodic or anything like that, that tends to creep in. And even if it does creep in, and even if it's inspiring, you could subconsciously be picking up things that, and that may work for some artists, but for me, I want to have a clean slate. I don't want to be thinking about anything. I mean, if I do listen to anything, it's usually like, you know, like classic rock or old Bob Seger or old Beatles or Rolling Stones and shit like that, just because, you know, we incorporate so much of other genres into the music that we play. Like, I don't really consider us to be a metal band. We have a lot of like really simple, like pop style arrangements. You know, we don't get real deep down the metal wormhole, even though we are heavily inspired. Like, there's Norwegian death metal in there. There's, you know, straight up like progressive metal or power metal, but there's also like a lot of like melody going on and hooky stuff. And to me, that stuff is what becomes memorable. So, you know, I like to have a clear mindset. And that, you know, I think that rings true even if we're jamming. A lot of our best songs come out of riff mining for nuggets after jamming for an hour, you know.
Well, we also, on that point, once some things are moving, maybe familiarity hits. And again, we're not going to talk names too much about that familiarity. But interesting enough, we love music. We love the recording of music. So if there's familiarity, we might entertain how you might do something like someone else might have done it to get the experience. So on my end of things, percussion and drums, um, uh, you know, do I record live or do I do real tight or, you know, whatever, and I might use another band that it kind of feels like as a gateway to begin. But, you know, again, it's best to just keep most things out to go straight into it.
Are you guys the same pretty much on that?
I mean, listening to the self-titled when it first came out, from the outside, I was listening to a lot of, you know, technical metal bands at the time and stuff like that. And when this album came out, like, it had aspects of that kind of genre, but it was also so raw and stuff like that. And I think that's what made Slipknot stand out for me and me get into Slipknot when it came out. And then I think now, like, as the band progresses and stuff like that, that aspect has never really changed, the rawness of it. And I think with the writing of songs and stuff like that, I think that's definitely a character that's always stayed true with the band. So, I think trying to keep that alive is always the main thing, you know.
There's a weird balance you have to try to find of letting your band evolve, but not becoming 180 degrees away from what it is you are and what you do.
Yeah.
And that gets increasingly more difficult the more records you put out. But you also don't want to keep putting the same record out over and over again. So there has to be an evolution.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's something that I respect you guys a lot, you know, because every album was something different coming. You were just like always respecting the present moment, you know. You were never trying to just like do the same thing or to sound like the same band, you know. And since like the first album, I remember when I first listened to it, and I have to agree with Jim. I don't consider Slipknot to be a metal band, like just metal band. You know, we have a lot of different styles into your music. We have like you can play like you have melody, you have rap, you have electronic music, you have pop, punk, you have everything, thrash metal, death metal. So it's like Slipknot. I look at Slipknot like a very big open possibility. You know, you can bring any kind of idea, and then it's gonna fit into the band, but it just needs to have some attitude to it. You know, some purpose on that.
And then for you two, what was the hardest song for you guys to learn from the self-titled for you two?
Mine was, I wouldn't find it as, say, like a hard song.
Mm-hmm.
It was more trying to keep true with what Paul was doing, but also with the way that the album's mixed, certain aspects, the way that it all blended together was like the sound in itself. It was its own entity, so it was hard to kind of differentiate what all the guitars were doing and trying to find a spot. So I think that was like the hardest thing for me, was to try and find the voice and to try and put it back and to stay true to what Paul was doing. So I think that was like my hardest thing. So.
Yeah, I think the hardest one for me is Tethered and Torn. And you're not playing the song live. That's funny, because I remember when you told me, when Sean, he told me to learn the first album, you said to me, like, learn all the songs and learn Tethered and Torn. It was back in February or March. So I spent like just 1 month trying to make that song sounds perfectly, because like the song is just drum fills all the time. Joey was trying to make drum fills become like a groove, and it's a kind of like, it's a different concept, totally different concept. So it was just trying to make that song sounds good, sounds natural, and hopefully we're gonna be able to play that song one day.
That one does have some a lot of different thinking, and honestly, the kind of thinking that went into Tattered and Torn hasn't really been employed since. But it was definitely a color, definitely a color of the time. Yeah. All right. Listen, let's get to the next three. Hopefully, you guys can hear us okay. We're doing the best we can. I am reading all the questions that come by. I mean, they're all amazing questions, and I want to, we wish we could answer them all. Somehow we're going to, look at these and get some of them, but let's get to the next three.
Did you never give a damn in the first place? Maybe it's time you when the tables turn. Cause in the interest of all involved, I got the problem solved. And the verdict is guilty. Bad illegal, late double way of try. Stop, dropping roll. You were dead from the get-go, been motherfucker. Jump a cock, stuck a race, scared of me now. Then you dumb it in a thought. Always says it never was. Don't measurement of piss and vinegar. Don't tell me you're slave. Think I fear your bullshit. Just another dumb blow, jumping up this shit. It's another way to break through the noise. Another circle that has had, you guys have been. Gotta be that way if you want it. Sanity, literal profanity, you bad. Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Maybe it's the way you gotta spend a lot of room. I find people know you live special even when you realize. Step up third. I guess it's time to bury your ass with the chrome straight to the dome. You hear me right, bitch? I didn't stun. And if you know it's good, just shut up and fake for the backstab. Don't you know your diss is size for a pinner? The odds that you get shot. Making a minute back, boy, I don't hear shit, cause the king's sitting out. Come on, I get a face full of tactic, living on fire, going home in a basket. You gotta pull the power, no, nothing, nice, that shit. Well, ain't that something, pay off, don't protect. And you can none if you want, but I'll find you coming up behind you. Spin it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Time I set this record straight. All the needles punching is making me irate. Sick of my bitch falling under fears. Where you gonna be in the next 5 years? The cool when all the fools and all the politics get you inflated. Gonna gang, gonna make you sick. You got dick when they ride out the good stuff. Bam, you're sick of me. Good enough. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. 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 Smash it out. All you wanna do is shut me down. All I wanna do is step you out. Smash has got me bleeding, claustrophobic, scarred, severed me from all emotion. Life is just too fucking hard. Snark, your face was all it took, cause this need ain't doing me no good. Fall on my face, but can't you see this fucking life is telling me, telling me, telling me, telling me, telling me. Too far gone, I'm catatonic, leaving you to criticize. Empty shell and running naked, all alone, about a mind. Back and forth between my hang-ups. It isn't easy to be hated. Where do you go? What do you do? Simpleton, if I'm too crazy, I never can. No one's gotta get away. Telling me, telling me, telling me, telling me. Was it promised a thing? You keep mocking me, but you will never again. Before you know it, I do your kind. Someone's fast, I've been someone's a pharaoh, and I'm a dumb motherfucker. Was it promised a thing? You keep mocking me, but you will never again. Before you know it, I do your God, God, God. Right. Section on myself, put a wall up with the all I done. Kick the dog at bay, survive by saving me. Thought you stand the game, no fuck up, not part of your life. I am one, I am all, I'm above every outside of the shit, back off, or else be so soft, you forget. Your garbage in is garbage out. You don't give a shit, I won't play the fit, get off, get on this. Your garbage in is garbage out. The right, my man knows. The right, my man knows. I didn't want to the right, my man knows. The right, my man knows. I am not ashamed. What's vital is an ocean you made. You can't break in vain, but you can break away. Even in my face, a lot of bullshit, not a lot of the truth. I can't see from here, but I can smell your breath. Fly up all the shit that are us made so soft. You forgot your garbage in is garbage out. You don't give a shit, I won't play the fit. Get off, get on us. Your garbage in is garbage out. Side, you're such a slime. I don't expect a name. You don't care. I was a witness. I can't be a part of a system such as this. Hard, I fell right in my darkness. I can't wait to take this. Renegade sisters, blisters, celebrate, litigate, liberate. And the sadness, fuck this. All out of my house, this. I don't need this. Out of my prisoners. Insert, engage, betray my God. Fly.
Yo, yo. all I got to say is that's some heavy stuff. We're having a good time here, just talking about the set list, the songs. These guys are asking some cool questions. The memories are pretty out there, man. There's so many things to talk about with this album. I always like to tell people you have your whole life to make your first one, and that's really what this is. I'm just like listening to it right now, like it was then, and man, there were so many things we didn't see or experience, and I can just hear it and feel it by listening to this. Just the kind of people we were. Like we just don't play Tattered. I don't think we've ever played Tattered and Torn live once as a signed band from Ozfest to this day. And the only real reason for that was it just may have never fit in with a philosophy. But a lot of crazy things listen to this. So we'll get on with some questions.
So what is the story behind Marlon Brando's eyes?
So I think we probably told this story before, but it's really simple. We were in New York signing our record contract, and after we'd spent a whole day there, I wanted to go to CBGB's, and I wanted to just go there and feel the energy from bands like Bad Brains and so on and so forth, and just some of my favorite stuff I had listened to and known about. And on the way there, I was talking to Monty Connor, and Paul and Joey were a little bit up in front of me with some other people, and I was hanging back a little bit, just taking it in with Monty Connor, and we were just talking, and a homeless man was just coming at us, just really aggressive, and I was like, coming in hot. This guy passes us, and all I hear him say is, "You can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes." And I just stopped, and Monty stopped, and the way I looked at it, I was like, here I am in New York, and like we're gonna go to LA to make the record, and like it just seemed like this whole time travel thing. And then the next thing I know, I look up and Joey's right there, and he's like, "Did you hear that?" And so we didn't have phones back then, we didn't have phones or unable to have notepad or texting or anything. So we just made sure we agreed on what the line was. And I do believe we wrote it on a napkin once we got to CBGB's. But we brought that energy from New York into it. And we're always kind of fond of taking those sort of things that feel so real to us. So that's a little bit of that.
So you guys played Pappy and Harriet's, which was a small show, one of the smallest you've done in a long time. What were your feelings leading up to it and after?
I was excited about it. I was like, we're going to get on a small stage again. Like the early days when after Ozfest, we went out with Cold Chamber, and we did like a 2-leg tour. The first half was with Cold Chamber and the second half was with Machine Head. And we were playing like fucking clubs. You know what I mean? Like some of these clubs where like the stage was literally a 2x4 off the ground. You know what I mean? Like one in Reno that we ended up destroying that little stage. And 9 of us to try to, like, there were stages where Joey would be set up on the stage with Craig and Sid, and the rest of us would be on the floor. You know what I mean? And the barricade would be in front of us. Like, we're literally face to face with people. Like,
we tell people all the time, they don't believe that we used to get on small stages.
Yeah.
So whenever these things get brought up, they are set against it because they are absolutely positive that we 9 will not or cannot. It's more cannot do it. And in fact, we had to do it for many years before we went to Ozfest. And that is some of the craziest time to see Slipknot is when we're cutting shapes like that.
I think the first show I ever did was San Bernardino. So the first time I've ever playing with the band, and you're playing in front of like thousands and thousands of people, this giant amphitheater. So for me, it's just like to get to what I've been doing for the last 10 years and to start doing something that was when I was a kid playing music in small bars and stuff like that, and not to do that for such a long time and to actually go and do it again was such a fucking cool experience. And
It's something I'd like to do more of. You know, I mean, we've kind of downsized and rethought our guitar rigs and things like that so that we could fit onto smaller stages again. Because at the time it was like a stack with a head and no racks or anything like that. No set carts, no, you know, none of the bullshit. Just the gear that we needed to play, and that was what we had on the stage. And you know, I enjoyed it so much. I'd like to do some more of that kind of stuff.
What'd you think, Eli?
And that was our first.
That was
your
my first show, actually. And I don't remember like a lot of that day because I was so nervous before the show that I had like just a blank, empty space in my head, you know.
You would
remember-
never think by hanging out with Eloy or just being with him that he was ever nervous or concerned about anything. The way he deals with his confidence is just unbelievable. It's like, I would have never known you were nervous.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt,
I
but
was very nervous. I couldn't like barely talk on that day. My wife, she came here. She was here for the first show, and she was trying to talk to me during the traveling or right before the show, and I couldn't even talk to her. I was in shock. I remember that. I was like, yes, no, whatever. I couldn't say much. But after like that, we put the mask on and the jumpsuit, so we were like heading to the show, to the stage. I think that I calmed down a little bit. I spoke to you. I had like a small chat with everybody in the band, but during the show I don't remember much what was going on. You know, I was just like in shock. And it didn't matter actually where we were playing, you know, because that was my first show with Slipknot. So we could be playing like in hell or in heaven or like in Germany or in like Indonesia or whatever. You know? No, yeah, for real, because I was playing with you guys, and that was like the thing. And after I left the stage, I went back to the van, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" I don't remember much, you know. But
Well, it's all on film, I think, so we'll remind you.
yeah, we recorded it. We're gonna be doing something with it real quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we recorded
Oh shit!
the board tape and professionally filmed.
Oh,
But they were all spies, you know. They were instructed to act and be like it was, like have fun, you know, film like you would have filmed when you're at a place this big. Eloy's kit was as big as the
I was
stage.
gonna say.
Can I re-record some of my parts?
No. No, for me, honestly, you know, for me, it's just important for myself to know that I, as an artist and a person, can still do those things and not be told that we can't or that we shouldn't. And when we were all at a hotel about 10 minutes from the venue, and we're just hanging out. When we got in the car, you know, I guess I had a certain expectation for myself of what it was going to feel like when I got out of the van and put my foot down on that circumstance. And I'll tell you, it was way over what any expectation could have been, because I just wanted it to be about the music. I wanted it to be about the fans that could make it. You know, we tried everything to get it to be more. But it was a wonderful thing to be able to reminisce on, you know, the building blocks of the dream. And we are slated to do a lot more of it. It's a lot more difficult for Slipknot to step into certain smaller situations. And of course it costs money, but actually it's just, we've spent a lifetime exploring our brains and art, and giving up things to present that art can be difficult. So smaller things end up being a little bit more difficult, but we are going to do a lot more, because that was a blast. And it just normally that wouldn't go down. So we're going to try and do a lot more of that.
Yeah, any of those special, like smaller shows, like, because it sort of reminded me of doing the Maida Vale BBC thing that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And I love stuff like that.
And again,
that was even more intimate, because we were face to face with the people that were there.
And that's another event that a lot of people that work with us just would have bet that we just wouldn't, that what we need for ourselves to do our art, they would have just said there's no way. But we immersed in it and we conquered that. And we did a session for the BBC several years back. It's been about 3 years back or so. Go check it out. And it was very intimate. We're on the floor, just a small amount of people, went through a certain amount of tracks, but it was a great time because it was a situation. And Slipknot has always loved situations, but it's gotta be able to, be able to be given in somewhat of a correct manner. We've been put into positions when things were never going to work, and those are heartbreaking, between us and the fans. All right.
Has revisiting these songs, playing them all live and all that, has that benefited your creative movement at all in regards to making music, writing, how you play, being able to go back and just replay and revisit all of this?
Uh,
I mean, we've been playing a lot of these songs anyways throughout the set, over the years. We just haven't tucked them all into one set together. You know what I mean?
it's difficult for us to be asked to relive something that we lived for others and potentially for other things that may or may not be important to us. So it's a blessing that yes, we've entertained it. We are doing it. And to be completely honest, yeah, we played most of these songs, but what's been really nice is just the new additions to our thoughts, and obviously Eloy. And it's sort of like the integrity that's being brought into it that is so exciting and has, yes, motivated us in sort of a new belief that is going to work for us for the future. Like we're having a really good time. It's a lot of work to do what we're doing. There's a lot of people have a lot of expectations. We just do what we want. So, and that's what we're doing. We're doing what we want. But it is really brought us closer, and we're having a really good time. And to be able to do a song like Scissors and just like the way it goes off, I mean, no disrespect to any of the fans, but all the fans for me disappear. And I just get completely enthralled with the tune and just taken away. And that's been a while. That's been a minute um, since I felt that, So it's been a good time. What about you guys?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask about Scissors specifically, what it felt like to
Oh, okay.
play that on stage, because that's an experience for sure.
Oh, yeah. I never imagined that uh, we were like, not like that we could be able to play that song live, but it's one of those songs that's really hard. Doesn't like, it's just like a vibe of a song.
It's
It's
never
like,
the same twice.
yes, it's just like a jam. So it's really hard to imagine that song being played live. So when we did it for the first time, I was like, yeah, this sounds good. Especially because we have an open space to do, just to explore, to do different shit every night. So that's really exciting.
And that's a Slipknot built-in
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like when you bring like the freedom of jazz music, fusion music into metal, because most of the metal bands nowadays they know exactly what they're gonna play when they go on stage. They're playing with a metronome, with a click track. They have backing tracks, so there is no way you can change the songs because mostly of it they are like pre-recorded. But when you go with Slipknot and you play a song like Caesars, it's like different every night. You're just living at the moment.
Wait, what song?
Caesars. The
Caesars?
Caesars Palace.
Caesars.
Caesars Palace. Shit.
You're no longer Eloy, you are now Caesar.
And then there's that.
Caesars, yeah. Well, you got me, guys. Like, you understood what I said, right?
Yeah, hey, you speak more languages than I do, so
Yeah, so let's speak Portuguese then.
yeah, right.
Yeah, Italian.
Buonvenute, faccio di cazzo.
Faccio de cazzo my ass.
So, just to really be honest, we're having a great time playing the. Look, we don't look at it as 25 years. We don't look at it as an anniversary. I mean, we look at it as a time in our life, and that brings a lot of memories. There are a lot of, as you guys know, Joey and Paul are gone, and it's hard to do any of this without like acknowledging that there's such a big part of it, and we get to play it and explore it, but there's a responsibility to also think about the real things that come with this that aren't around as well. So you can imagine, to us, it's a really big deal. We want it to be right. We want it to feel right. We want it to be right for us. We want to have a good time, so we are. And it's been absolutely amazing to watch the fans embrace it. It feels like every one of you guys were out there 25 years ago. It really does. Even though half the crowd it wasn't even born yet, it feels like you were there as well. So anyway, what's that? Yeah, let's get on. Let's go ahead and do the next three. Yeah.
You're here to stay. You won't bother me if you let my freedom is best. Whole country's on house arrest, and everyone's a suspect. You can't feel the flow because you died. Face down on a suicide. The motherfuckers on self-destruct. Nobody got no back. It's all but save this. My rage is blood. I'm doing it again. Rise. Where's your key when you need him? You ain't shit to the battle on the best bet. The maniac psycho. Could I scream this, but I don't can't believe it. Minutes when it just scam me so. Just enough to fuck me up again and again. Hard life is set itself. Better back the fuck on up. Cause this is no guide to life. This is no guide to life. It's no guide to life. This is no guide to life. Can't be real no more, you're massive skin and bones, save everything they got, cause it's natural. Badass and bad man. Forget about the middle of this war, we gotta win right. And I got pride, one more time. Freak like I got a bit, won't be my fault when you pay your corner, no good life. This is no guide to life. This is no guide to life. It's no guide to life. This is no guide to life. I can't remember, I don't understand, is it malice that makes you this way? Carry it with you till someone forgives you. I laugh cause there's nothing to say. You can't forget to consider the pop-up parade in the air when you're here. None of us wonder whether you're under, you're making it perfectly. Rising on, say right. Never a place, but I gotta fight. Can you look at my eye? I'm about to get to watch. That's in my eyes. Surprised you never got me. Your love reality is outback, and the freedom is never in place. The feelings are quite depressing. Take them for fucking side. This is no guide to life. 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 You can't blind me. I can't burn. I can't burn. I can't be burned. is incapable of ever knowing why. Somebody breathe, I gotta have an answer. Why am I so fascinated by bigger pictures, better things? But I don't care what you think, you'll never understand why. What the hell did I do to deserve all of this? What the hell did I do to deserve all of this? What the hell did I do to deserve all of this? What the hell did I do to deserve all of this? Fuck! Another second coming, I'm the first wave. Better get an army cause the fire let me unscathed. You bet you better know we're on the top of the ship bow. So stick around cause it gives you in just a few. Step out the octung, get back or get stung. Idiotic sense of yourself, are you that dumb? Title legion to me, totalitarian, the one and only motherfucking top of the world, man. Cause I can't stand it, planned it, gonna crash landed. In other words, consider me branded. Another version of me, another version of you. Both birds, what you gonna do? I hear a human noise. You made your own fucking choice. I belong to only me. Silence from my revelry. I can only die over time. Filthy air, stay away from mine. Every reason is a right to hate. Painful clutch. Death is fine, give me mine. Only one of us walks away. Only one of us walks away. Only one of us walks away. Somebody explain this. You don't care cause you don't exist. What the fuck is just another joke? Rocket Eye. Only one of us walks away. 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 Only one of us walks away.
Oh, Dale.
Hello. Everyone's asking why we didn't play Purity. Simple. Got taken off the album. We played Me Inside. So if at the end, after we play Eeyore, we can play Purity, no problem. We're just playing the list that someone gave us. So anyway, off to questions. What we got?
How do you feel about the hyper version of Spit It Out?
So as I was telling everybody, we did a bunch of versions. The original version of Spit It Out, which is one of the songs that was a demo to get us signed, to get our record deal. Wait and Bleed, Spit It Out, like a couple other tunes. You know, the label wanted us to do a faster version than our version, a slower version, and a version the same tempo. And as I said before, because of the fire and just because of where we were and how the energy put into it, it was unanimous with everyone. The label and the band, we chose the version done in Iowa, and it's the version that is on the album with some added stuff. When the song was first made, I don't remember Sid being on it, and I remember him recording parts for it later. We would have to ask him if he recorded those parts for Spit It Out at Indigo Ranch or in Des Moines. I just can't recall, but I think he probably did his parts in Indian Ranch, and there might have been some backup vocals. As far as all the other versions go, they're all cool. They are what they are. I personally, I love as many versions of as many art pieces as you can do. I just think, you know, different different paint strokes. So I don't really recall much about it. The good thing about the other three versions are that they would have had the indigo tones. You know, they would have had the room, the sound of the room. Those three versions will sound more like the album, and also probably have a bit more production level to them in the sense of maybe there was some pre-pro in those songs a little bit more down. I'd have to listen to the arrangements, but I think we pretty much followed the original. All right.
What is one of the biggest differences in the recording process back then versus now?
I would say probably just the actual way everything's recorded. Technology's come so much farther. I mean, that was recorded on an old Neve board, which we still use, like Neve boards and things like that. But we were using 2-inch tape at the time, where now there's like Pro Tools and digital, you know, DAWs and all that kind of stuff. So editing drums was literally chopping tape, which is a whole art that's probably lost now.
Also, the board that we were using to record everything on was not automated. So every day, you know, humans had to bring levels back up, and it was just a lot of mental work and a lot of ear work, you know. So just all in, all hands on deck, 24 hours a day. So these days, you know, we get a lunch order, which is a pain in the ass. But we all live separately. Obviously, we all come in differently. Back then, we were all there. If you weren't recording your parts for 3 weeks, you were there listening to everything growing. Again, all hands on deck. So we make it a little. We make the recording process work a little bit more for us to be creative. Whereas in the early days, like it or not, this is the time carved out. It's time to go. Put on your hat and let's do it. So both ways are great, but we really can't go back to those early ways because, like Jim said, a lot of it's just sort of a lost art because of the monetary aspect. It just costs too much to do some of those things because it takes so much time.
And things don't exist. I mean, if you can even find 2-inch tape now, because every studio still has, like, you know, like when we were at Henson, they have a whole hallway full of 2-inch tape reel machines, and where are you gonna find tape for it? Like all the tape that exists, like I don't know if they're producing new tape, and all the tape that exists that sits degrades over time.
And if they are doing it, I'm sure they are. It's hella expensive.
Yeah,
You know, it's super expensive. And then labels and people that are investing their money, they don't want to invest that much more
yeah.
for that art because they swear you can't even hear the output. And they're not wrong. These days, everything with the digital imprint, man, it's just like it goes from analog to digital, whether we all like it or not. So, you know, it is hard to really hear a lot of that old way sometimes, you know.
That's one of the biggest problems about the music business is that word business after music.
It really has changed the way things, in my mind, are even listened to. Things sound so linear these days. Like it's really hard to, you know, differentiate anybody from anybody, it seems like. But back when everything was analog, you know, 2-inch tape and just doing these things. So a lot of time invested, I guess. And when you invest enough time in anything, you know, you're going to get great things.
So, how much of your motivation, at least back in that time, was driven by proving the world wrong? Was it more of a mentality of Slipknot versus the world, or Slipknot versus itself?
Well,
We were fucking wanting to kill everyone. It was all about that. It was all about proving people wrong. It was all about fucking winning. You know what I mean? And we're from Iowa. We have a work ethic. And, there's an ebb and flow with that. But, nobody in a million years thought, even bands that we toured with in Ozfest are like, you guys aren't going to last a year. You know what I mean? Like, there's just too many of you to be living on a bus and all that. And what they didn't understand is how much we wanted it and how much, we lived it. It was all of our dreams from our earliest memories. There was nothing else. There could be nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't this for me, then what would it have been? Screen printing T-shirts, working at Firestone like my dad. I mean, there's, something like that's extremely motivating, and it'll give you a really good work ethic. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's basically it right there. I mean, that was us. And with that, we knew we only had what we really wanted to do was prove to ourselves, because like Jim said, it was all we had. It seems like that's all of us ever wanted was this. And it was rather easy because we had each other. But we always made sure we were happy. We came first, and that's how it all ended up being so strong for everyone else. We really wanted to kick in the door, and we did every day. From them giving us one water instead of 9 waters, we share that one water and just laugh. And now we have too much water, and we give it. So whatever. I don't know why I said that. There's not a lot of water around here right now. There's like 6.5 bottles. I don't know. So, but you guys know it. You guys know what I mean.
So Sick was originally called Slipknot. That was the title. Why was it changed?
Well, let's just get to it real quick. Old lead singer Andy Rowell, he wrote the words for the original Sick, and he titled the song Slipknot. There's a couple lines in the song that allude to the concept of using a slipknot. And when the time came down to choosing the band name, we all knew that there was this very unusual word that was always at the top of the set list. And it just was a badass word. But we tried everything else. And one day when it came down to the point where we really had to solidify a name, Joey said out loud, he just said, why don't we just call it Slipknot? And, I don't know if all of us knew that we could do that because it was the name of a song. That's how new we were to everything and how serious everything was, is we might not name the band Slipknot because it was the name of a song and the name of the song was changing to something else. But fortunately, we had the ability to bring that out. Joey brought that out, and just unanimously, we were just all very thankful because it had been said a couple times out loud and suggested, but we had to work through it. And if you think about it, it just couldn't have been anything else anyway, right? So who cares about if, what, or could have been, because it's always just been Slipknot.
So the fans are asking a question. Do any of you play an other instrument besides the instrument you play in a band? Like, do you have other things you play?
I mean, everybody kind of does. It just depends on what level you do.
I started classical guitar, and then piano, clarinet.
Hell yeah.
and then now bass. So yeah.
And drums.
And a bit of drums now. Yeah, there you go.
I basically, I'm basically a drummer. A lot of people probably don't know I play drum set, but so I'm a drummer and I'm a Renaissance man. So I'll put my hands on anything to make art and make it work out like I know what I'm doing. But it's just the love of exploration and imagination. So, but I just say the thing that I play the most and can say I play is, drums.
Yes, I play the drums too.
No
Very
way.
well.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I know how to play. I play a little bit of guitar too, but I think I cannot say that I'm a guitar player, or even close to be a guitar player. Very bad. But I practiced for a couple of years.
Yeah. If it has strings, I'll play it. I could bang around on a piano a little bit too, but
Jim's got chops on drums too. I think everybody in the band plays some drums. You know, we all got some different chops on drums, which is really fun to hear everybody's different styles come out. You know, and it can make up for some good art.
So,
Do one more question.
okay. What is your favorite and least favorite thing about touring today?
Listen, I'll just keep it fast for me. You know, I got 4 kids. I'm 54. I love to tour. Lately, I've been thinking to myself, it's so hard to tour for me these days because there's just a lot of things I need to do physically, mentally, spiritually, in order to be the best I can be for that 90 minutes. But lately I've been thinking like I just wanted to burn out and like do 6 straight months and just see what that would do. Like just be like at the end of it, be like, what? Like I did that again?
I
Like
think that would be less work than what we're doing right
yeah, I
now.
think so. That's what it is like there's a lot of ways to look at it. You can try to make it a luxury for yourself, and that ends up being a lot of work. But you know what? If you end up doing it the way that it's always been done, it is a lot of work, but you can get so much done. So touring's a mindset. You know, you got to be a pirate, and obviously we love it because we do it, but it is not easy. I don't think you're going to hear anybody really complain. It's just, you know, think about if you were asked to get up every day, pack your suitcase, walk it up to a room, get it all out, take care of yourself, do all these things, pack it, go do it again and again, all week long, every day for months. It's awesome, but it does take a mentality to go, hey, I need to get up and pack my stuff. You know, so anyway, I love it and hate it.
I love and hate traveling, but there's a difference between traveling and touring. You know what I mean? When you're touring, you're not really traveling.
That's
You're
right.
not really at your own pace. You're at the pace of what the machine has to be at. So that makes it difficult. Sitting in empty rooms, trying to waste time, or playing the new Call of Duty Black Ops beta or whatever it is. You can only do that for so long before you're like, I need to do something else. Yeah. Waking up on a bus, not knowing where you're at, where your dressing room is at, where you're going to take a shower at, depending on what you eat the night before, where that bathroom's at.
That's a lot.
Hey man, it's the reality.
It's
the reality of it. It is what it is, but it's all worth it once you get on the stage. And what way, we talked about earlier, the hardest song. Well, it's like, when the parachute comes off and you got to step on the, in that doorway of the plane and jump out, and then you hear the crowd and see the crowd. You don't think about all those things. Yeah. All that shit goes away. It's 24 hours a day on the road, and 90 minutes of that is the excitement and the fulfillment that makes the other, 22 and, however many hours, whatever math, worth it.
I mean,
Good one, brilliant.
it's pretty much the same as that, but it's I have to come from abroad or whatever, and that always throws you off for a good fucking 5 days or something like that. Same now with Italy as well, but it's you get in the flow of things, and I'm like, I can keep just doing this. This is 2 days on, and then a day off, 3 shows, and then a day off, whatever. It's just the only thing then it just becomes an issue is your family at home. Maybe is like that's that thing in the back of your head where you're like, or you miss your dogs or cats if you've got them or whatever. I think that's it really. But when you're on the stage and you're playing every night, that's where everything goes. You just this is what I'm doing. This is what I've spent my whole life trying to be a musician, and now I'm being a musician. And that's what makes it worthwhile. So all the other shit of, I can't use the toilet because 10 other crew dudes have used it already, but I've got to go find another one. That kind of disappears.
Well, do you do that?
Yeah. I went in the dressing room the other day. It's like everyone was using it.
Oh my
It was like camp. It was like
We have like so many bathrooms here today.
now we.
Yeah, well,
like-
but why they got to use the one, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
This
I
is
mean, I-
touring. This is touring,
You're
right
just
here.
complaining too much.
I heard it.
Complaining too much.
I heard another artist from another band say, and this really like resonated with me. Like he said, I don't get paid to play shows; I get paid to travel, and that made a lot of sense to me. You know, it's everything else that goes along with it.
Or losing your passport, which I just did yesterday. So.
Yeah, that's gone. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. You know, that's what I chose for living. That's my choice since I was a kid, a teenager. You know, so since I chose it, I'm not gonna complain about it. But definitely, to stay away from home, to stay away from family. That's the hardest thing, the hardest part. But the best part is definitely to go every day on stage and play music. Yeah, that's it.
You complained about the donuts last night.
Did you guys get those voodoo donuts?
Yes,
Oh.
but I'm not complaining. I'm just complaining because they're too good. So
Ah,
I,
You know, like-
I had a comatose on
we got
those.
18.
Yeah, we got 18. Didn't we throw them away? They're still on the bus?
There's 3 left.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right, look, it's been long. Hey, it's been really cool watching all these questions and just seeing all you guys' faces and art. Just, it brings back a lot of memories. There's so many good things that we could answer, but I think by everybody reading them, you know, it puts you in the zone of it. But let's go ahead and listen to the last song. And yeah, we'll answer a couple questions after Scissors, and we'll go from there.
I won't. I'm bailing. See ya.
All right, so it's gonna be yeah. Let's listen to Scissors, everybody.
I played doctor for 5 minutes flat before I cut my heart open and let the air out. 3 bugs, a pound of dust, some wind spilled before me in the strangest manner that had broke away my tears found as it eyes out. When my tongue spread wide open, a black widow went off on me. A sweet octave, the candidate that I selected. She said, don't hesitate, just do what you want out of me. It's understood between the lines of skin. Just 'cause I have nerves don't mean that I can feel. I wasn't very much fun to be with anyway. Just let the blood run right, 'cause I can't feel. understood between the lines of skin. Just cause I am not, don't mean that I can feel. I wasn't very much fun to be with anyway. Just let the blood run, cause I can't feel. Until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time. It's time. Biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time. It's time. Biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time. It's time. Biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time until the time is right, biding my time. It's time. Biding my someone inside me. Everyone against me. Everyone beside me. Clawing away the pieces. Scratching away the absence. One more, two more. Everyone wants more. One more, two more. Everyone wants more. Inside the places that I hide from you, I want to see you split before me. You are the only one that I would rather see before me. You want it, you need it, you want it, you need it, you want it, you need it, you want it, you need it. Don't run, I die, you're right, I lie, I don't want you to run, I want to die, I want to die, I'd rather die, I wanna die, you burn, you burn, you burn, I don't need you anymore, Good riddance, no sign to say I didn't get to kill you. Rhetoric, better look both ways. I gotta get it on through. Stay! What the fuck is up? Get the fuck away. Run if you want to. Innocent, you're a guilty conscience. A jump on my throat. Stay! I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't let a damn man. You don't matter. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a shit, man. I don't really care, man. I'm just beside me. Fuck you. You're mine. And it's right by mine. Stupid! Fucking stupid!